From emotional slavery to emotional liberation. In our development towards a state of emotional liberation, most of us experience three states in the way we relate to others. Stage 1. In this stage, which I refer to as emotional slavery, we believe ourselves responsible for the feelings of others. We think we must constantly strive to keep everyone happy. If they don't appear happy, we feel responsible and compelled to do something about it. This can easily lead us to see the very people who are closest to us as burdens. Taking responsibility for the feelings of others can be very detrimental to intimate relationships. I routinely hear variations on the following theme: I'm really scared to be in a relationship. Every time I see my partner in pain or needing something, I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm in prison, that I'm being smothered, and I just have to get out of the relationship as fast as possible. This responsibility is common among those who experience love as denial of one's own needs in order to attend the needs of the beloved. First stage, emotional slavery. We see ourselves responsible for others' feelings. In the early days of a relationship, partners typically relate joyfully and compassionately to each other out of a sense of freedom. The relationship is exhilarating, spontaneous, wonderful. Eventually, however, as the relationship becomes serious, partners may begin to assume responsibility for each other's feelings. If I were a partner who is conscious of doing this, I might acknowledge the situation by explaining I can't bear it when I lose myself in relationships. When I see my partner's pain, I lose me, and then I just have to break free. However, if I have not reached this level of awareness, I am likely to blame my partner for the deterioration of the relationship. Thus, I might say, my partner is so needy and dependent, it's really stressing out our relationship. In such a case, my partner would do well to reject the notion that there is anything wrong with her needs. It would only make a bad situation worse to accept the blame. Instead, she could offer an empathetic response to the pain of my emotional slavery. So you find yourself in panic. It's very hard for you to hold on to the deep caring and love we'd had without turning into a responsibility, duty, obligation. You sense your freedom closing down because you think you constantly have to take care of me. If, however, instead of an empathetic response, she says, are you feeling tense because I have been making too many demands on you? Then both of us are likely to stay enmeshed in emotional slavery, making it that much more difficult for the relationship to survive. Stage 2. In this stage, we become aware of the high costs of assuming responsibility for others' feelings and trying to accommodate them at our own expense. When we notice how much of our lives we've missed and how little we've been responded to the call of our own soul, we may get angry. I refer jokingly to this stage as the obnoxious stage because we tend towards obnoxious comments like, that's your problem, I'm not responsible for your feelings. When presented with another person's pain, we are clear what we are not responsible for, but have yet to learn how to be responsible to others in a way that is not emotionally enslaving. As we emerge from the stage of emotional slavery, we may continue to carry remnants of fear and guilt around having our own needs. Thus, it is not surprising that we end up expressing our needs in ways that sound rigid and unyielding to the ears of others. For example, during a break in one of my workshops, a young man expressed appreciation for the insights she had gained into her own state of emotional enslavement. When the workshop resumed, I suggested an activity to the group. The same young woman then declared assertively, I'd rather do something else. I sensed she was exercising her newfound right to express her needs even if they ran counter to those of others. To encourage her to sort out what she wanted, I asked, do you want to do something else even if it conflicts with my needs? She thought for a moment and then stammered, yes, no. Her confusion reflects how, in the obnoxious stage, we have yet to grasp that emotional liberation entails more than simply asserting our own needs.